Hey, what's up, you guys? So, I was going on a little morning walk with my baby here. Say hello to the people. I'm sorry, you look so, distressed. She's not distressed. She's just weird. Um, someone may be feeling distressed, though. That's interesting. No distress, I'm so sorry. Um, but yeah, anyways, good morning, or, where I am, good morning, but hello to you. Um, was thinking about initially like a song, but like initially a few things. But I wanted to. I should start by saying I'm going to be doing like a quick little past, present, future. Cause I'm going to be doing a past, present, future, and a little advice, a little spread, real quick. And then I will be. I think I'll be letting her out of the car in a sec. Cause she's. I don't know why. I think it's like the need to be louder than me. You gonna go for a bit of a walk, boo boo? But yeah, I was hearing a couple things before I came into this, and it's. I'm sorry because it's usually kind of music, but I was hearing the phrase "turning hog to bacon" like hardcore, and that's from Mac Miller Diablo. I had to search it just to make sure, but yeah, and I don't know why I had to search it. I was pretty. It was hilarious. I don't know why. It was hilarious because it was just on my brain so hard, and this is kind of why. I was also hearing the word constraint. I was gonna say restraint, but constraint. Now I'm thinking restraints. Now it's kind of kinky. Um, but I was thinking constraint, and it's funny just because constraint. When I think constraint, I think of Capricorn, just because Capricorn rules restrictions in that sense. Um, in a sense. Um, and so I was just thinking about constraint, and then I was also thinking about that lyric, "Turn hog to bacon," um, which, when you think about turning hog to bacon, when I thought about it, at first I thought about Give me 1 second. I'm gonna check on her. I'm like, I remember I was talking about in the other video. It's like I gotta make sure everyone's okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me read what I wrote down so I can like get this real quick. So it says, "Turn hog to bacon." Um, the full line is, "So hot, I'm turning hog to bacon." Or wait, hold on. My goodness gracious. The full line is, "Lava making, so hot, I'm turning hog to bacon." And I said turning hog to bacon. And I was just, when I first thought about that, I first thought about like, utilizing like the nature, taking something and turning it into like turning it into something different, something more appealing, something that's like even think that's something that people like, a lot of people like. I don't know. But like just taking something that you've had, taking something that's been given to you, and then making something out of it. You know. I mean, me too. I find music really loud too, but it's just like I'm selfish. Hold on. Come here. Okay. Yeah, that was the first thing, taking something and turning into something different. But then also there was the but then I guess it's not initially what like it really even like was talking about, which is hilarious because it did. I genius lyric searched it, and it's basically like I mean, obviously because it makes sense. It's just basically talking about like he's literally so hot that he's burning the pig into bacon, you know. So some of you guys could be like getting a little sexier, something about your either your energy or just like what you're doing with yourself. It sort of it sounds sort of like an advancement, sort of like not advancement. It's not that makes it sound so technical. Just like you're sort of leveling up in a sense, and that it sounds interior, and it's just making you feel better, making you feel better about yourself, and making you feel. I feel it's making you feel better about yourself, and it's just making you come off more attractive. I couldn't think of a better way to say that, so I'm just gonna leave that right where it is. But back to the hog the bacon one. The last thing about that is it's just so funny because, again, we were talking about I thought about constraint, and then I also separately thought about the line turning hog to bacon. And constraint, I told you, was I related to Capricorn because Capricorn rules like constraints, restrictions, and the song the lyric came from is actually called Diablo, which means obviously devil, which Capricorn, because the Capricorns are ruled by the devil, or did I say that right? Yeah, I don't know. And hilariously enough, Diablo, the song, is written by Mac Miller, who is a Capricorn, which the synchronicities within the Capricorn-ness of it all, it's something else right now. So, whatever that means. Let me get to this reading real quick so we can slide on out of here and take her on more of her walk, and more of my walk too, because it's a walk for both of us, honestly. So we were going to start with the prism. I'm going to do to get your general overall feelings. I'll leave the decks out. Okay. Let's do the. She always. Okay, let's start with. Oh. The past. Oh, this is so funny. That's literally the exact same cards. Well, I mean, yeah, the exact same cards I got, and it's pretty much the same space as from yesterday when I did another reading for myself. That's present, future. Interesting. Let's see. Here, can I please have a future ready? I'll tell you as soon as I'm all of these because it's like a mountain in my brain. Okay. Any advice? Oh, my lordy. Okay. And underneath we... Oh, well, I mean, I'm going to tell you underneath, but I'm not going to tell you the whole... Okay, whatever. So... My goodness. In the past, you have passion. In the present, you have consciousness. And in the future, you have magic. Love that card. And in the advice, you have strength, which was our past card from yesterday's reading, or the other day's reading, or, you know, timelessness makes stuff weird, but, you know. Anyways. General overall feelings. Passion in the past, you've probably had some sort of a passionate feeling, some sort of creative movement towards something. Maybe whatever it is, it just spoke to your soul, or speaks to your, it spoke to, yeah, spoke, because it's in the past, it spoke to your soul, and it just really, maybe it just made you feel more like yourself, and really energized, for sure. And in the present, you have consciousness, which is about, stepping beyond yourself, and, sort of just thanking things beyond you, the things that have the power to, give you that random, dollar on a bad day, or, you know, that help you really needed, that good thing that's just beyond you, that, because you there's balance in life, you have so much control always, but there's, like, just in the yin yang, there's always that white dot in the black mass, so there's always, and it's not about the specific colors, it's just always, it's the fact that there's always balance within everything. So, you know, you have control to do as you will, to make your life as you will, but there's always that bit of control that you don't have, and that's, like, what I believe is beyond you, that you thank whenever it does good for you, and you ask, what can I do better, and work for whenever, I don't know, maybe it seems that you aren't doing so. I don't know if that's making sense. I can't really speak it, but we're gonna continue. But I was saying, in the present consciousness, so it's like you might be raising your consciousness, elevating your mind, and sometimes, in a sense, that can be breaking it down, which is like I said, releasing control is sort of a breaking down, where it's like it's breaking down a consciousness that you had before in order to allow in new consciousness. That's what you might be going through in the present. And in the future, you have magic, which is interesting, and pretty cool. Could be creating something, could be manifesting. You could be feeling like there's a bit of magic in the air, in just your personal air, or your collective air. I'm not sure too much what I'm getting with that. I do see the eye in that. I do see, like I said, I love this card because the eye is, like, really cool. But maybe it could be something about your vision. Maybe something you need to get your vision checked out. Me too, honestly. Me too, queen. But maybe also, maybe it's just something. Maybe you got your eye on something, and in the future you're really, like, shooting towards it. You know. And then the advice is strength. So to really hold towards that. And if there is a process of breaking down and building back up, and if there's a part where you may feel like you might not have too much control, to just hold on to what you can control and pray to stay safe in the rest of it, I guess. Okay. Let us get Bubba. Bubby. Please leave them alone. Alright. Let's clarify now. I'm clarifying. Dude, look me in the right eye when I'm clarifying. I'm gonna clarify him now. Passion. Oh, man. Literally half the entire deck flew out. You guys are passionate about a lot, I see. Maybe there are a lot of things that you were passionate about, a lot of things that you... Okay. Passion in the past. Oh my god. And literally the entire deck. Okay, I wanted to pull another deck today, but I couldn't find it. And it pulls easier, especially when I'm in the car. So it's like... This is why, because 15 cards are flying out every time. Okay. Passion in the past. The Hermit. Consciousness. Present. Ugh. Not ugh. Okay, so the Eight of Cups was the only one that came upright. But other than that, it was the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. Actually, the Nine of Pentacles was upright. So it's the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. That's what's going on. That's what I'm taking. And then we have magic in the future. Four Cups. Interesting. The Four of Cups is a really interesting card with me. So, Magic in the Four of Cups. Ooh, the Queen of Cups and the King of Swords. Whenever I ask for clarification, sometimes I get harder cards. So, it's like, whenever I'm like, make it easier, they go, oh, we'll make it harder. Because in a sense, it like kind of builds me up. But like, it pisses me off so much at first. I swear to God. Because I'm like, what? I'm like, make it. I'm like, define this word, and they're like, okay. It's like, when they're like, when you like try to define a word, obviously, and then they like give you like 4 larger words to define it with, and you're like, what even the fuck was I trying to define at first? That's how I feel when they give me up many cards. But but like with me, then I'll search up those 4 more like long words, and now I know 4 more long words. And now my vocabulary has expanded, and it was a major bitch at first, but and then the strength and the advice. Hello, I love this card. I'm so sorry, especially in this deck. The 6 of Wands and the 4 of Pentacles. I was getting ready to show you too. I was so excited because that card is so nice. I mean, this is 5 of Pentacles. Oh, okay. Going from the 4 to the 5, and then the 6 of Wands. That's a good progression. So let us begin with. Interesting, and I mentioned Capricorn in the beginning a bunch, and I haven't seen any Capricorn energy yet. Well, I mean, I am like ARIES for sure, because like I didn't even like wait to just read the cards because maybe there is something, I don't know, but whatever. I like this past energy. It's giving me the same like energy as yesterday, where it's like we had that red and blue going on, and I told you the red and blue is so cool for me because it's like red is like that root energy, and then the progression, like in the rainbow, you see it. Blue is like that last color. You think it's like purple, but purple is what is made out of red and blue. So I really love seeing red and blue together. Because it has like that close to opposite effect. Because red and green are opposites and shit, and then blue and orange. But red and blue, beginning and end, in a sense. But with anyways, passion and the Hermit. Definitely going within yourself to figure out what you're passionate about. Going within to understand what lights your fire. And I think you achieved that, because it seems with the Hermit being in the past, that's definitely a level of having achieved. The Hermit in the future or the present is more of like you're going within now, you're going to be going within. But the Hermit in the past seems more of like definitely you've gone within to figure out what you're passionate about. And definitely, I was just saying, the beginning and end energy of that red and blue, it's definitely like you began that Hermit journey and you ended it. Like, you're gonna have more, and like nothing ever really ends, of course. But what you just were going through, and you went through it. It began, it ended, and so is this section. The present. What the fuck did I forget? The present, you have consciousness with the 8 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles. I like that. Again, I said consciousness. Did I not show you that? Oh my god. You have the consciousness with, I don't know if I can do all 3. Consciousness with the 8 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles, which is, I kind of like. The 8 of Cups, is in a sense where you become distant from outside sources emotionally in order to connect back to what really makes you happy, because the progression is the 8 of Cups and the 9 of Cups, and 9 of Cups is what is your personal individual happiness, and the 8 of Cups is sort of that journey of balance where it's like you see the good emotions and the bad emotions, and you have to understand where nothing ever really truly ends. Again, that up and down, nothing ends. So even though we as people love to be close to people a lot, sometimes we have to back away in order to understand what really is important to us. So that could be something you're doing in the present. And definitely, for sure, with the 8 to the 9 of Pentacles, I didn't even realize it was the 9 of Pentacles. And I did, but I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't realize what it was when I was relating it to what I was just talking about right now, because I hadn't talked about it yet. So the 8 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles, it's definitely walking away emotionally in order to stabilize, because with the Pentacles, stabilize yourself for sure, and find your own sovereignty within your environment, 100%, 100%, and that, in a sense, can break down your consciousness, because it can break down who you thought that you were, and it could be breaking that down probably in the process, like right now in the moment, but it will elevate your mind in a sense, because again, nothing ever ends, because everything has a beginning, so everything has an end, and it does it all over and over again. So like, as your consciousness breaks down, it will build right back up again, and in an even stronger way, which is pretty cool. Excuse me. It's allergy season, so my body is, and like I say, it's allergy season, but I feel like every day is allergy season for me. I'm literally just allergic to this planet. And in the future, you have magic with the Four of Cups. Oh, let me read this. The Four of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Queen of Cups, which is interesting. This is my jumble. I'm gonna show you two at a time because my hands are only so big. Magic in the Four of Cups, and then Leo, the King of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. And sometimes I like to do that too, because I like to read all this information all at once, and like, this forces my body to just like pick out cards and then not have to think about what group I'm going to read them in. It's just like, I don't have to do any of the thinking. The universe did it for me, and I'm just going to let them run that show. Period. Magic in the Four of Cups. With that vision in the Four of Cups, it's how you see it. It's what I just kind of heard with the Magic in the Four of Cups, because it's how I see this card. First of all, I told you this Four of Cups is kind of weird for me. The Four of Cups, the Four of Cups is one of those cards that I can see back and forth really easily, because the Four of Cups, a lot of people can see as like a very bored energy, a very lack. It's like the Three of Cups is the Three of Cups is like connecting, and the Four of Cups, it's stable. So with stability, it can be sort of just stagnant sometimes, and that can feel boring. So it can feel like stagnant, like pond water. It could almost feel like, in some sense. But the Four of Cups also, for me, is an abundance energy, because when you advance from that 3 to a 4, you're not only in like a connecting energy, but you're in an energy where you are connected to more so than that 3, and it is an abundance that allows you to be stable and be secure. So it just depends on how I believe in the future you're going to be in an energy where it's stable and secure, emotionally specifically, and there might be even like an abundance of things that make you feel comfortable within those emotions, but it could also feel boring and stagnant, possibly, and it's just about how you see it 100%. Especially with the King of Swords we have here and the Queen of Cups. Those are two very mature energies, so it's about seeing it in a mature way. The King of Swords and the Queen of Cups. The King of Swords would talk about the King of Swords would talk about, I'm looking at the owl. It talks about, I'm thinking wisdom, so I'm thinking the wisdom in this sort of situation to understand emotions and your emotions with the Queen of Cups. The wisdom to understand, the wisdom, not only the wisdom to understand your emotions, but with the Queen of Cups, the power to back them up, and the power to stand by them, and the power to just be in them. Because it's a certain power to understand your emotions and react a certain way, but it's another thing to understand your emotions, even if they're with the good and bad. It's one thing to understand them, and then understand the lack of control and how that can be a beautiful thing, because the lack of control in another sense, or in another translation, in a better one, in a different visual translation, verbal, I don't even know what I'm saying, but in a different way, you can say lack of control is release. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you heard that. Okay, anyways. But release. That was me releasing some tension a little bit. But, yeah. I feel like releasing to the process can help a lot. And that can be a very mature thing. Because it can also, because it's also about receiving. With the King of Swords, it can also be about, like, bringing in some information. With the Queen of Cups, it's definitely about receiving some good emotions. And yeah, I think that's the magic of it all. The magic of receiving good emotions is understanding the balance of them and understanding yourself sometimes, and being, just happy within yourself, even if you can't control everything, And the advice is the Strength with the Six of Wands, and I believe that's the Four of Pentacles. If I can get that. Oh, I said it. I picked it up a different way. So the Strength with the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. This baby gets her own moment because I love this card. Okay, so Strength with the Four of Pentacles. Kind of just what I was saying. The advice is sort of with the Strength, it's the determination and the will to break yourself down to build yourself back up again. But it's definitely, with the Four of Pentacles can, just like the Four of Cups, how it sets stability, the Four of Pentacles is more so about stability, physically, stability within your resources, stability within your time, just anything that can represent a physical, earthly sort of thing. Time, resources, money, anything that can be spent or traded, things like that. So with the advice, it's like, hold fast and hold strong to what you can control, to what you know is stable within you, to what you know, because with the Four of Pentacles is also controlling your environment and making it stable. So I also see with the Strength and the Four of Pentacles is definitely like, with a breaking down, there might be a breaking down of how you view control in your environment, and the advice is just to release of that process and maybe restructure the way that you control your environment, restructure the way that you control yourself, and maybe that will help you reorganize, really, like you get to know yourself better, and that might be a better fit for how you can be in your environment. Maybe the way you're running your environment now works, but it isn't completely you, and maybe this is just asking to break down that idea of how you do it and build yourself back up and hold fast in that, because you will push through to a new way. You will push through to a new way. There's no question about it. Literally, if you came here, there's no question about it, because literally the Six of Wands is here, and that's why I love this card so much, because it's 100% victory. Of course, every card, again, has balance, and the Six of Wands, in its negative form, or, for lack of a better term, negative form, that is a good enough term, whatever. The Six of Wands could be about, a high horse energy, where someone is exalting themselves, not in service of others, but only in service of self and in the detriment of others. And in that sense, the Six of Wands also, of course, has its balance. But not today. It's not the energy I'm feeling, baby. It's not the energy I'm feeling, okay? This is 100% victory. That is, if you can release to the process and be strong. Because the universe knows you are 100%, and so do I. They just know you better than I do. But I trust them, and I'm pretty sure. Ain't telling no lies. I feel like it's like a song, but I don't know what song it is. Alright, this is gonna be the guidance from the empath. The empath empowerment deck.